It is now less than 6 months until the 2026 World Cup, and after a perfect qualifying with England getting 8 wins, 8 clean sheets, 22 goals scored, and finishing top of their group, of course, it is Thomas Tuchel's first tournament as England manager. So that means he's got to start taking a really good look at the players that he wants to take to America, Mexico, and Canada in the summer. No matter who he picks, there's going to be people moaning and saying this player should get ahead of this player. And you know what? I thought, let's just do my prediction, or who I would take anyway, to the World Cup in the summer. Of course, though, this is just my personal opinion. Let me know who you guys think should go to the World Cup. I'm sure we're going to agree on quite a few players, but there might be some players that you think I'm wrong and you'd rather take. So let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, this is the team really that I think we should try and play as our main team in the World Cup. You know, we've got 2 friendlies left, and in those games, I think you'll see the team that Tuchel will play in the tournament. And in my personal opinion, it should look something like my team. But anyway, that's enough talking. We're going to go through it. And in goal, who else but Jordan Pickford? He is England's number 1 for a reason. He's been great ever since he started playing for us. He's got 80 appearances for England. He has been the starting goalkeeper for the last 4 tournaments, and he's just always been reliable for England. He's never really let us down. He has also saved a ton of penalties. You know, just in the back of my mind, you've got Colombia in the 2018 World Cup, you've got Switzerland in the Euros last summer, well, 2 summers ago, and even the Euro final in 2020, although we lost, he did save quite a few penalties. I just think he has to be our number 1 goalkeeper. I don't really see anyone else as good as him. Maybe Dean Henderson on a push, but Pickford for England, like I said, he's always been reliable. He's got the experience, he's been there. Let him keep his spot, and Jordan Pickford will be in goal. Moving on to right back, and I'm going to go with Thomas Tuchel's kind of favourite, I guess, Reece James. He has only got 22 appearances for England, and he hasn't actually played in the tournament yet. He wasn't picked for the 2022 World Cup, and he was injured for the 2024 Euros. And this is the thing, he is really injury prone, so this is going to depend on if he can stay fit for the summer. When he has played for England, though, he kind of has made the position his. And, you know, with the kind of Chelsea links as well, you know, Tuchel was at Chelsea with James. I think they've kind of just got a connection, and that's not a bad thing. Every manager does it. He has had a really good season for Chelsea so far, and I think he will be our starting right back. Moving on to our first centre-back, and I'm going to pick John Stones. He has got over 85 appearances, and he has played in every tournament since the 2018 World Cup. He is basically a piece of the England furniture at this point. He never steps out of line or does a foot wrong. He hasn't played that much for Man City. You know, most of his appearances have been on the bench. You know, he's been injured as well and stuff like that. But like with Pickford, the experience that he's got, you know, he's been to tournaments, he's been to finals and stuff like that. I think he has to play in this team. Moving on to our second centre-back, and I have gone with Mark Guéhi. This was a tough pick between him and Ezri Konsa, who is also a very great defender, and he's having a very good season with Aston Villa. But with the whole new leadership group with Kane, Bellingham, Guéhi, Saka and Rice, I think, you know, he's basically just a dead cert to be in the team unless he's injured. He's got 26 England caps, and the Euro 2024 was his first tournament, and to be honest, he was one of the best players in the tournament, not just for England. He's having an alright season at Crystal Palace, but if he really wants to push that Liverpool move, he will be on top of his game, and that's only going to make England better. Moving on to left back, and this is probably the hardest pick out of our starting 11, but I have gone with Nico O'Reilly. It was between him and Lewis Skelly. I just think Luke Shaw's not really up there anymore, and the only reason I picked Nico O'Reilly is because he's playing more than Lewis Skelly. He is a regular starter for Man City, and he's having a very good season, and you know, he is still young, but when you're playing in a Man City team like that, you're going to get very good very quickly. He has only got 2 appearances for England, but he will more than likely start the friendlies, and I truly think if he does stay fit, he will be our first choice left back going to the World Cup. Moving on to our 2 defensive midfielders, and the first one has to be a dead cert, and it's Declan Rice. He's got over 70 appearances for England now, and he's played in every tournament since the Euro 2020, and he's basically secured himself that position. I don't think there's anyone that even contests him for it. Again, he is in the leadership group, so it shows how much of an impact he's having on the pitch and off it. He is having a very good season with Arsenal as well. You know, he's flying high, his confidence is through the roof, and if they win the league, you know, he's going to be buzzing, and that's exactly what we need in our team. And like I said, I just think he has to be one of the first names on the team sheet. No one takes this spot from him unless he's injured. And Declan Rice's partner in our second midfield spot is going to be Elliot Anderson. Again, with Nico O'Reilly, he is kind of a newcomer. He has only played 5 times, but he has made the position his when he's played. He does work really well with Declan Rice. They look solid together. You know, they clean things up. They keep the play going, passes forward. And I just think those two are going to be a great pair for us. He's also having a great season with Nottingham Forest. And, you know, he gets tons of bonus points for tackles and passes and stuff like that. My dream team's very happy. And all of that stuff is going to be important in the World Cup as well. He is only 23 as well, so he could be in this England team for a very long time. Moving on to our left winger, and it has to be Anthony Gordon. Now, Anthony Gordon did actually go to Euro 2024, but he didn't play a game, which was so annoying because we were screaming for a left winger. We were screaming for him to play, and he just never got the chance. He does have 16 appearances for England, and he does seem to be preferred by Tuchel over Marcus Rashford or anyone else. If he does stay fit, I do think he will be our left winger. He's having a great season for Newcastle as well, so that's going to help. And I can't see a way he doesn't get into this team and he doesn't play at least one game. Moving on to our right winger, and again, it's a dead cert. It has to be Bukayo Saka. He's got over 45 appearances now and he's played in every tournament since the Euro 2020. He is again part of that leadership group despite actually only being 24 years old, so it shows the experience he's got and how good he is on and off the pitch. He's having a great season at Arsenal with Declan Rice, and like I said earlier, you know, we need players that are buzzing, full of confidence, you know, full of energy, and that's exactly what they're going to be like if they do win the league. He does seem to have an injury issue, but hopefully it does stay away because he's going to be a massive part of our World Cup. Moving on to our 10, and this is probably going to spark the most debate, but I have gone with Jude Bellingham. Now, I know he was recently dropped from the squad, but when he came back and returned, he was amazing. Again, he's part of the leadership group, so it shows the type of player he is. You know, he's been playing since he's 16. He's played in Champions Leagues. He's played in finals. He knows what it's about. And I'm pretty sure, honestly, he will be England captain one day. He's got over 45 appearances for England, and when you think he's only 22, that is absolutely mental. He's played in the last 2 tournaments, so he's got the experience. You know, he's played in finals. Like I said, he's been there and done it. He is having another great season with Real Madrid, and whether you like it or not, he's one of the best players in the world, if not the best midfielder in the world, and he always performs in the big matches and clutch moments, and we've seen that for England. So personally, I just think he has to be there just because Morgan Rogers hasn't been to a tournament before. Now, moving on to our final position, our number 9, our striker. It's not Calvert-Lewin. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know he's having a great season, but it is Harry Kane. He is, in my opinion, the only world-class striker that we actually have. I don't think anyone else is really world class when you think about it. He's made 110 appearances for England. He's scored 78 goals. He's won a World Cup Golden Boot, for God's sake. He is not going anywhere. He has played in every tournament since Euro 16, but it was the World Cup in 2018 where he really started to shine. He's absolutely banging in goals for Bayern Munich again. It does look like they're going to win the league, and they are doing pretty well in the Champions League as well. So, you know, he's going to be full of confidence in the summer, and hopefully he can finally get us a World Cup, which he deserves so much. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on the team. I mean, if we take a look at it now, I think that's a very, very good team. That's probably the best team we've got without injuries. I know you've got the likes of Rashford missing out and stuff like that, but I think that is personally our best team. But like I said, I'm sure I'll spark some debate with the whole Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers stuff, and maybe even, you know, our left back. But like I said at the start of the video, if you guys disagree with me on anything, let me know down below. I want to hear what you guys think. Of course, this probably will change. I guess, you know, we're going to have injuries. Players do get injured. You know, players get on runs of form at the end of the season, especially on World Cup and Euros years. So we'll have to see what it does look like. But honestly, with a team like this, I think we've got a real chance of winning the World Cup. I know we say that every year as England fans, but I think this is our best chance, especially under Thomas Tuchel now. I think he's a much better manager than Gareth Southgate, and I think that will show. But yeah, that is the squad that I would start for the first game in the World Cup. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there anything you change? And while you are down there, please do smash the like button if you enjoyed the video, and consider subscribing to the channel as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you stick around, and I promise you won't regret it.